Yeah, and is Oscar getting paid for these spots? This is literally the top 10 pound for pound. I'm not making this stuff up.
All right, but wait a minute. For the argument of Spence, even though it's probably high, I think he should be under the guy that knocked out Gonzalez. But Lee, he went to the UK to defeat Kell Brook.
Andrew, you're literally going to burst a blood vessel before I get to number one. Okay. This is on their website right now. This is the least of your problems, okay? Inoue is in at number 7.
That's the new kid from Japan?
The Japanese bantamweight, yep.
How did he even get on the list already?
At 15-0 with only 13 knockouts against unnamed opponents.
I know.
Because
I thought he. Oh, wow, yeah,
Oscar de la Hoya.
That's a weird one because I gotta look
Oscar
up
de la Hoya. Say it with me. It's good. It rolls off the tongue. Oscar de la Hoya.
Go ahead, Lee.
Because here's number 6. You ready? Try not to burst a blood vessel. Mikey Garcia.
Wow. Yeah.
But he's 37-0 with 30 KOs.
I know. No, I have nothing to say. I don't know, man. And there's a million people that will agree with this list, Lee.
Wait. And in at number 5, in the middle of the list, which makes no sense to me, Oscar de la Hoya, since you're trying to make a fight, you got Canelo Alvarez at number 5.
What's wrong with Canelo?
He should be above 5, because who do you think's in at number 4? Who do you think I've left out? There's only 4 names left. Who do you think should be number 4 based on the list so far?
It's going to be the 3, Crawford.
He's one of the 4. You're doing good.
Lomachenko and
Yep,
Golovkin.
That's another name. Golovkin. Wait, there's one more name that's clearly better than Canelo Alvarez. And he's paid for by...
What is he, a little...
he's an Oscar de la Hoya fighter. Come on, you can do this.
I don't know.
Sergey Kovalev. You're wrong, Sergey Kovalev.
Sergey's main events. How Sergey don't belong on
He's
there.
He's co-promoted by Oscar de la Hoya.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird list, man.
Number 4 is Sergey Kovalev. Apparently, his big WBO victory catapults him back to number 4.
Yeah, that list is weird.
Above Canelo Alvarez. Oh, no, I'm not even making this shit up. Number 3, Vasily Lomachenko. Number 2, Terence Crawford. And number 1, Gennady Golovkin.
And I believe that's just them hyping up their fight, right?
It's got to be, right?
Oscar really does not believe that Gennady Golovkin's better than his guy, right? He can't put Canelo above Golovkin. Everyone would say it's a bias-ass magazine, correct?
Yeah, they've got some kind of weird rating policy and math that they want you to believe that they're doing.
Yeah, Sergey doesn't belong on the list. He just lost twice to Ward. The guy he did a rematch was not pound for pound worthy.
How's Anthony Joshua not on this list?
How is Anthony? Great question. You know what? I should have been my 4th fighter. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go with an easy one. How about Anthony Joshua?
Guillermo Rigondeaux is better skill-wise than Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua, right.
And this guy, the Japanese fella, I haven't even seen him fight anyone with any kind of name, anything in America. I could have swore this guy just had his debut. And now he's on the pound.
He did, basically. I mean, more or less, he did.
In America. You know what I mean? In America, I could have swore they just brought him over and he had his first...
Right. They've got Errol Spence, the IBF welterweight champion, over Keith Thurman, the WBA, WBC champion, as a pound-for-pound fighter.
But I bet you, when you go to the rankings, they'll have...
It's Keith Thurman, number 1. Number 2 is Errol Spence.
So stupid.
But pound-for-pound, Errol Spence is a better fighter. That's awesome. This is a little slice of awesome.
The whole list is kind of weird. Don't make any sense.
You think? It's crazy. It's crazy, Andrew.
If anything, Terence Crawford is the number 1 fighter in the world right now. You got to do a coin flip between Crawford
Jorge
and
Linares
Lomachenko.
is considered the ring champion for the weight class, but they have Mikey Garcia ranked above him. How's that possible?
Say that one more time.
Jorge Linares is the ring champion, and Mikey Garcia is a pound-for-pound better fighter.
kind of discredits the whole ring title, doesn't it? I thought the ring title was supposed to be the number one title in the world.
You would think.
Remember when they first pitched this whole ring belt, you couldn't get one until you unified. Remember when it first came out?
Right.
I think Katsuzu was the first one that got a ring title, if I'm not mistaken. He unified all the titles, so they gave him one. Crawford earned his ring title.
Honestly, how is Crawford literally not the pound for pound champion as unified champion?
He won all four titles and the ring.
That kind of makes him the greatest fighter of his era.
Right, as of right now, yeah, he's leading the pack.
He literally should be number one. Literally.
I don't get it. And I say Lomachenko, I gotta say him because he's got the 4 stops in a row. It's unheard of. Look at I know it's matchmaking. I know what Bob's doing over there, but still, we ain't never seen it. So you got to give the guy credit for that. 4 quits in a row. Yeah, you're one of the badasses right now. You're on the list.
Yeah, right.
Right, Lee. This used to be like a really man sport, right? But guys didn't just quit. Lomachenko's got him going. Nah, I don't want to go out there, boss. Go ahead and throw the towel in. Got to rethink my life tonight.
I still don't. Again, I don't understand, and I've heard everybody literally bust a nut when they talk about Lomachenko as a skilled fighter.
And seriously, Golovkin, you hear more in the chat rooms of Golovkin being over the hill than you do of pound for pound. Matter of fact, don't know the last time I seen one story that said Triple G's pound for pound the best fighter in the world. So yeah, it's not. That's just. I think that's just Oscar saving face on that fight. He's trying to make it as big as he can without putting his boy ahead of Triple G because people would say that's a lie too. You really can't win in that situation. Lee, I think the best thing would have been to put Terrence Crawford pound for pound. He's earned it the most. Right now, his record has no blemishes, no controversial decisions. He sells out his arena. Yeah, it's Terrence Crawford's gaining. He's gaining momentum.
Please visit Las Vegas Discount Net when you plan to go to Vegas to watch the fight. Help support the show. Takes us to our next segment on a week where we really don't have much boxing to talk about. My favorite, we haven't done it in a while. What the fuck is going on social media? I feel like we need a theme song. What the fuck is going on social media? Because nobody talks boxing on social media ever. Hey!
Kind of had like a Eddie Murphy twist to it.
I guess, just a little bit.
Ice cream. What's the ice cream song?
The first substantial tweet of the week comes in and clocks in about 22 hours ago, and I'd like to thank Roy Jones for trying to make news on a week where there's very little news to talk about. Roy Jones, this coming straight out of the mouth of the one, the only TBE, the man who thinks he is the GOAT, Roy Jones. He believes, and I quote, Mayweather is not the TBE. He never came close to what I did. Way to go, Roy.
Yeah, Roy was.
The greatest thing today is it don't matter what anyone says or what anyone writes. You can type sickest boxing highlights into YouTube or Google, and you will see Roy Jones Jr. doing this thing. Nobody can change your mind after you see that. That is pound for pound. I did what I did. It happened. It's a fact.
Roy Jones.
Go
ahead.
Roy Jones went on to say, nobody else comes close. You can watch my side-by-side with anyone, and it's not close. Want to hear more quotes? Floyd Mayweather was TBE at making money, but look at his highlights and look at mine. You can't pretend it's the same. You can't pretend there's ever been anyone close to doing what I did. Nobody you could name could touch me, and I'm talking about nobody who's around now. Nobody who was around in my prime, and nobody who was around any time you can mention out of your mouth, Jones said. In my prime, I was the ruler. Simple as that. I understand there's a lot of great fighters who have followed me already since I was the champ, and I hope there's another who will come along even better because they want to see that. But I haven't seen anyone do what I did. I haven't seen anyone turn pro at 154 and win the heavyweight championship of the world. Even the great Sugar Ray Robinson, the pound-for-pound guy that couldn't win the light heavyweight title after turning pro as a welterweight. We had a difficult time trying that. So that tells you how hard it is to jump up to that kind of weight and win. So pound for pound, greatest of all time, it isn't hard to figure out. Roy Jones Jr. is your king of the hill. Way to go, Roy. Fuck, I'm glad people could still talk shit.
And he's right. The fighters nowadays are not like Roy. And none of them are like the fighters back in the days. Now it's a point system, Lee. Everybody's trying to land one right hand and not get hit and run around the ring. Do the Floyd thing. I mean, come on. It's not who everyone got this blueprint on. It's no secret. It's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made this whole hit and not be hit game took it to the highest level. And people, and you know what? I've said it many times. If I had a kid that fought Lee, I wouldn't want him to fight like the guys back in the day. I wouldn't want him to fight like Chavez, Senior, not Junior, Senior.
Senior.
I would want Floyd. I want my kid to take the less damage that he possibly can. I want him to have the fastest right hand in the sport. Great defense. That's just what's happening nowadays. So I totally agree with Floyd. With Roy, when you put these guys' highlights up to highlights of fighters in the 90s and 80s, there is no comparison to the entertainment and the action that you are getting from the fighters back in the day. There's absolutely none. Nowadays, Lee, we get excited off of one punch. One. So, yeah, and to be honest with you, matching them up, Floyd Mayweather's shoulder roll would get absolutely hammered by the speed and the left hook of Roy Jones. Roy Jones would feint, Floyd Mayweather would go into his defensive posture, and then Roy Jones would unleash 3 to 4 left hooks at a time, while Floyd is just bobbing, weaving, points going to Roy. He hammers Floyd Mayweather. Styles-wise, he couldn't have Floyd. Maybe Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd would have had better, because Pretty Boy Floyd is a little bit more of a mover and a boxer. Got a stronger right hand. The Money Mayweather, fuck no. No way does Money Mayweather go with a lot of these greats. Lee, people kill me all the time, and I know I lose credibility, but I'm dead serious. Money Mayweather's opponents, some of them did not live up to par when you matching his opponents up to what great fighters did. Their opponents. Floyd has some really, really weak names on his list where I just throw my hands up. I can't match Robert Guerrero to Roberto Duran. I just can't. I can't match Victor Ortiz to Tommy fucking Hearns. Even Juan Manuel Marquez to Pepino Cuevas. You can't match these fights. I mean, you're talking about dudes that are smaller. They got no punching power. They're not legends. Marquez is a legend. Lee, am I lying when I say Marquez is a legend because of one fight?
Yes.
Or
no.
One fighter. Well, Pacquiao.
Yeah.
You take away that Pacquiao 4th win. Marquez is not as big as he would have never gotten past Morales or Barrera if he doesn't get that knockout victory. Dead serious. And he beat Barrera. But everyone knew, excuse me, he beat Barrera over Barrera when Barrera was way past his prime. That's when Marquez finally accepted that fight. So, no, Floyd is, like Roy said, totally agree again. He's the greatest at making money. And I've always told you guys, whenever you bring up Floyd's name, you better bring your fucking calculator, because that's really all you got for ammo. Who made more money? Boom. You won. You won there. But when you're matching opponents, stop. Lee, let's put it out there. The best opponent for Floyd Mayweather at 147, off the top of your head, who is the greatest opponent Floyd ever faced at 147? I'll think. Who do you got? Pacquiao? Is that?
No, it would be. Actually, it might be Canelo.
That's 154. That's junior middleweight.
It's true. Yeah, exactly. Pacquiao not in his prime.
Not in his prime. Like, the fight is 6 years overdue. It's hard. Carlos Baldomir, Zab Judah. These guys don't live up to par. I already named the other 3. I don't have to waste their names again. They're nobodies. Who else?
Nobody else.
I don't need. I'm dead. This is why